What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? I love DMTV. Love their channel. Check out DMTV YouTube channel. Love the mama. Love her. Anywho, so it's your girl Keisha, and I am here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 6, Episode 9 review. So I have some behind the scenes tea for you guys before we begin. So in an article that came out this week, Gizelle was asked about the situation with her and Wendy being mad at her for bringing up the whole cheating rumors. So Gizelle said, I'm going to give you a little tea. Before the season even started, she and I talked about it on the phone. We talked about all the social media stuff. It was a very rushed conversation and we had to get off the phone. And in my mind, I was like, I'm going to readdress this with her. I don't believe that shit at all. This is what Wendy had to say on Twitter. Prior to Williamsburg, Gizelle never brought up the rumor to me on or off camera ever. And I 100% believe her, because if she had brought it up to you off camera, then you wouldn't have needed to use Ashley as a pawn to bring the shit to her. You would have brought the shit to her yourself. Girl, bye. Stop with the lies, rubber ducky neck. Anywho, so Wendy has done an interview with the Jasmine brand, and when asked about Monique, this is what she had to say.
Kind of understand where Monique was coming from when it came to how she felt about Gizelle.
I will say this.
Okay.
Now I know what it feels like for people to say malicious rumors that are baseless about your family. I will say that.
Okay. All right. And do you ever speak? I know that you guys were really not friends at all, but do you ever hear from her at all?
I haven't spoken to her, but I wish her all the best. I have no ill will towards her at all.
Now, I don't remember if I brought y'all that tea already, because as I was playing, I was like, didn't I play this before? But anywho, if I did, y'all got it again. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for her once again, because like I said, you jumped on that bandwagon with them beady-eyed heifers and had so much to say about Monique being a bad representation for black women and this, that, and the third. And blah, 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 blah. But now that you in the hot seat, now you get it. What the fuck ever, Wesley. So on tonight's episode, Karen and Ray start off the episode by talking about their vow renewal, which is coming up in like less than 2 months. Mia, we see, prepares for lunch with her mom and asks her husband G to help her with an outfit. She wants to express her feelings to her mom, but doesn't want to cause her mother to relapse, which is a lot to deal with when you want to have important conversations with, a parent, sibling, doesn't matter, but you know that certain things can be triggers for them, but you also need closure for yourself. So that is a hard line to toe. So then we see Wendy and her titties talk to her husband Eddie about the whole Williamsburg trip, and Gizelle and Ashley bringing up these cheating rumors, and how she felt like Ashley bringing it to her was just like, girl, the fuck bye, like, you of all people should not be bringing this to me. Eddie says, to drag me into this messiness is downright nasty. We told them our story, so who's gonna go out here and mess around in the streets? And I remember last year when they joined the show, they let us, the viewers, and their cast members know how Eddie's family did not support their wedding. They did not go to the wedding. They have not seen their grandchildren. So he like, why would I go through all of that, not even have a relationship with my family anymore, just to go out and cheat on her? Now, I heard a rumor through the blogs this week that prior to this season beginning, Eddie had unfollowed like over 100 and something booty Instagram pages and shit. I mean, booty so big, Lord have mercy. I cannot wait to see Chloe perform on the MTV Music Awards. She is going to kill it. But anywho, I can believe it. I really do believe that that nigga was over there looking at booty so big. Lord have mercy. And I really think that, with Wendy out here being shaped like a smart water bottle, that probably did play into her insecurities of why she wanted her ass done. And there ain't nothing wrong with admitting that. Nothing wrong at all. I ain't got no booty. I am literally shaped like Sherry Shepherd. And when I get these titties off, I'm really gonna be looking a mess. We all just have to live in our truth. So, Wendy in her confession was like, for Gizelle to spread these old rumors is so hurtful. So she had already heard this shit before with her saying these old rumors. So Eddie was like, she can't be happy for you to do something to you like that. And Wendy started crying again, and that makeup started streaking and turning orange and oxidizing and shit. I was like, girl, stop crying. What are you crying for? If the shit is not true, why the fuck do you keep on crying? So Gizelle at home in one of Robyn gas station hats and a Kohl's jogging outfit, just looking cheap and tawdry and flammable. Like everything on her look like it's 10% cotton. Shit is just horrible. And Robyn come by so they can record their little podcast, and they got a deal for with Black Effect and iHeart. I will give them props on that. That is a huge accomplishment. So kudos to them on that. I won't personally be listening to it. So the topic for that day's episode is cheating. Huh, wouldn't you know it? I'm like, these messy bitches just do not fucking learn. So Gizelle was like, statistics show that 22% of men cheat. I did a mental survey of my girlfriends, and that number is 100% true. And I'm like, bitch, do a fucking survey on yourself, ma'am. Add you in that equation, because you of all people know how it feels to be cheated on more so than anybody. So Gizelle was like, statistics also show that if a man cheats once, there's a 350% chance he'll cheat again. I started thinking about my life, and somebody should have told me that 2 years ago. Bitch, you knew that 2 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, when you were married to this nigga the first time and he was cheating on you. Everybody in the congregation had kids on you. Girl, you ain't no fucking idiot. You got back with that nigga for a storyline for the show. Stop it with the foolishness, and the fact that you keep on trying to make this shit real is mind-boggling and like low-key scary to me. So Robyn fake ass in her confession gonna talk about, I'm not shocked Jamal and Gizelle ain't together no more. I mean, I never saw them together. I was like, say it to her face, Robyn. Say it to her motherfucking face. So Robyn admits that when she was younger, that she turned a blind eye to a lot of Juan's cheating, but says that now that she would leave. Girl, you ain't going no motherfucking where. Anybody that divorces a man for cheating on him and then decides to continue to live with said partner for financial reasons, girl, you ain't going no motherfucking where. You and Juan done been through it. Like I said, Juan and Robyn have a codependent relationship on each other because they have basically grown up kind of like incestuous almost, where they started dating and then he moved in with her and her family. Her mama then practically raised him because his parents weren't around. So it's like he is dependent on her and she's become dependent on him, and they feel obligated to one another. I think it's more of obligation than like deep in love feelings. I feel like they love each other in a familial way, and now that they have kids with each other. But like, girl, bye, you ain't going no motherfucking where when it comes to no goddamn Juan. Juan will leave you before you leave Juan. So Gizelle was like, I checked in on one of my girlfriends because she's been going through a lot regarding infidelity, but she took it as me being shady when I was just checking to see if she was okay. And I'm like, why would you put this shit on their podcast? Why would you do that? Why would you fucking do that? You want Wendy to Ale Boombaye your ass. Like, you just continue on your shit train of messiness. Like, this woman just does not get it. It's literally going to take somebody to kick Gizelle in the throat for her to stop playing with people. Like, somebody gonna have to slap the dog shit out of her. I was like, why would you bring this shit up on your fucking podcast? So not only did you bring this shit up on the television show for the whole world to see, now you're gonna bring this shit up on your little funky ass podcast being funny. You and Robyn can go to hell. So Candiace talks to Chris about her finishing up her master's degree and this music video, child. All I needed to know is what in the Tom Jones did Chris have on in their couple's confessional, because he looked a goddamn shiny suit mess. I don't need to see it no more. Please give Fred Hammond his suit back. So, she tells him that Gizelle was being messy during a trip and was saying that he was riding her coattails. And Chris laughs and was like, "You supported everything I've done, even being a hostess in my restaurant when I was understaffed. Bitch, that wasn't your restaurant. We all know the true tea. You worked for that restaurant and the owner allowed you to fake in front like that was yours. Nigga, bye. Bye for nigga. Candiace is over there taking care of that white man. Girl, get out of here. Bye. He is riding her motherfucking coattails. I'm like, if you gonna get with a white man, at least get with a white man that got a coin. You got with a broke ass white man with a whole bunch of kids and baby mamas and shit. You's a fool. But like I said, Chris is gonna be her karmic retribution, baby, because he gonna get her ass. He gonna get her where it hurts. Please believe. So, Chris was no, I'm saying, so Candiace in her confessional was like, Gizelle has been scorned in her relationships. Worry about yourself, bitch. And I was like, I give it to Candiace. She got a lot of mouth. She got a lot to say about Robyn and Gizelle in her confessionals, but I don't see you saying none of this to their motherfucking face. I need for you to keep that same energy at the reunion. Please keep that same energy at the reunion, because you got a lot of mouth. But during the season, you didn't say a little stuff here and there, but not to the extent of what you've been saying in your confessionals to their face. So she tells him that Ashley is trash and how she started shit, and said that she saw Ashley gleefully laughing as she got her titty milk to go. That girl was not gleefully laughing. She was honestly shaking and shook that Wendy took it the wrong way. You just don't like that hoe. Stop. So Ashley and Michael in the car discussing their sex life, and I don't know why in the hell they keep on putting us through this bullshit like we want to hear about them bumping uglies. So Ashley was like, they was talking about him looking down there when she gave birth to Dylan or whatever, because she didn't want him to look down there. He was like, I'm not looking at your vagina, I'm looking at my child being born. So she was like, does that mean you still look at me sexually? He was like, you're quickly getting back into shape, which is great for me. And you could tell like she was very uncomfortable and like taken aback by his statements, but she didn't say anything on camera. Then the nigga says, you certainly don't look like you're overweight. Where is Dean when you need him? Like, cause I'm like, who the fuck is he talking to? Ashley, how in the fuck you gonna let a nigga have the audacity to talk about your looks when he looks like that? The audacity of this old geezer to sit up here and look like a snot bubble, a glob of phlegm. Michael looked like spoiled skim milk. And he got the nerve to talk about her body and how it works for him. You can't tell me that Ashley don't glue her eyes shut every time they have sex. Bitch, I know she begs and pleads to fuck in the doggy style position, because ain't no way in hell she wants to see that on top of her. He literally is walking around looking like Queen Elizabeth's may he rest in peace dead husband. Boy, he looked like he is 5 seconds away from death, and you got the nerve to say your bodies look good for me. Bitch, who the fuck are you, nigga? Girl, Ashley, you a better bitch than me, because ain't no way in hell this nigga sitting up here looking like he got jaundice. Got the nerve. Girl, Michael, if you don't have several, boy. So then we switch to Robyn at home with the Menendez twins child. And she talking to killer number one about wasting time during the day and her wanting to talk to a life coach. And that little boy was just looking at her like, should I hit her over the head with a wooden bat now? Or should I just wait until I'm 18? Them kids can't stand her. Like, he was literally looking at her like, this my mama, Jesus? Like, this who you stuck me with? Like, why is you talking to this little boy about this bullshit? So she makes a phone call to a life coach and sets up an appointment and gonna say to the lady she thinks she need coaching, life coaching more than she need therapy. Have you seen you, bitch? Have you met you? You need psychological therapy, god damn it. You need electric shock therapy, girl. Robyn, okay, the braids must have been too tight. So Mia and her mama go to lunch. Mia's mother is very pretty. She doesn't really look like her mother. She looks more like her father to me. It's very awkward between them in the beginning. They haven't really spent time with each other since her mother got out of rehab. So they begin to talk. And the mother says, you know, when you were small, I used to say she gets on my nerves because she acts just like her father. And I was like, ooh, here we go. Jesus, shit is about to get real right about now. So Mia was like, what did my father do? And the mother got quiet at first. She really didn't want to talk about it. But Mia, she was like, the mother says he introduced me to drugs. The night you got burnt, you remember that. So Mia was sitting there and she was like, I don't remember that, but I have the scars all over my body to, you know, prove it. So the mother is, you know, getting upset and she was like, you decided to cook oatmeal and you poured it off the stove and it went all down your arm, giving you third and fourth degree burns. She was like, I was at work for literally about 15 minutes when I got the call and they said that I need to hurry up and come back home. And she was like, thinking in her head, like her father is there, like, what is going on? She said, when I got to the house, he was in the basement with another woman. I was like, God damn, shit done got real. I was like, damn, I felt bad for the mama, like, whoo, Jesus. So Mia in her confession was like, you know, I have good memories of my father, minus when he was under the influence. Those are the memories I blocked out. So she has chosen, you know, I guess for her sanity or for whatever reason, just to remember the good about her father, but it's oddly different with her mother, maybe because he was the one that raised her pretty much. So the mother says, you know, because of the drugs I couldn't do it anymore, so he had to go. But then 3 days later I felt like I couldn't live without him. And she was like, you know, I tried to commit suicide over your dad. And I was like, damn, like ain't no nigga worth trying to kill yourself. But baby, I done felt low like that before. Like when you love somebody so much, like it physically hurts to be without them, and add drugs to the equation with the mama, like Jesus Christ. Um, so Mia was like, you know, I'm sorry, mom, for making you cry. She was like, I don't think as a child I built resentment for you, but I wanted a mother. Like any child wants a mom. You know what I'm saying? And especially as a girl, like you need your mother the most, you know. So because you look up to your mother, you idolize your mother, you want to emulate your mother, you want to learn things from your mother, and it's hard to be raised by a man in that capacity. So the mother was like, you know what, I did what I thought was best for you. And Mia was like, you know, thank you for sharing that with me, and hopefully we'll be able to talk more in the future about, you know, uncomfortable situations. But you know, I really want to spend more time with you. And it was really good to see that they had that conversation, because it was a conversation that needed to be had, and hopefully healing can take place in that family and for them to come through this closer. So yeah, that was a powerful moment for me. So Karen is at her bridal venue to pick out a second dress for the vow renewal. She'd already spent 10 G's on the first dress. I can't wait to see this first dress, baby. So Wendy and Mia come to support. Loved Mia's outfit as always. She looked amazing. But Wendy and that Miss Seeley hat and that, I don't know if that was her hair or a wig with them scraggly ends, but it was not the one nor the two or the three. I hated it. So Karen comes out in dress number one, and it was really pretty. It was age appropriate, but I didn't really like the extra piece that was attached on to it. It wasn't given to me what needed to be gave. So then she goes back to try another dress, and Wendy tells Mia that, you know, this is the wedding venue for the actual ceremony. And Mia was not impressed. She was like, you know, well, the interior is cute because, you know, outside it literally looks like a warehouse. But the girl, don't nobody give a fuck about all that. It's about how I look on the inside. We ain't partying outside shit. So then Karen comes out in the next dress that looked like she belonged in a Texas saloon. I hated them sleeves. I did not like it at all. I want Karen to wear something sexy to the reception because Karen got body and she looks great for her age. So I really want her to come out and put them titties on the glass. So Mia tells them that she got invited for drinks for Robyn's birthday and that Gizelle was the one that sent the invite, and she noticed that Karen and Wendy were not on the message thread. And I was like, Gizelle ain't shit. So Karen was like, I really didn't expect to be invited. Wendy says the same thing. But Mia was like, it ain't Giselle's party. This is about Robyn, which is true. So Karen says to Mia, I want you to send this message. I want to send this message through you to Gizelle. I want her to text and say, I'm sorry for using the word death, and tell her we'll be good. Like I said plenty of times, the first time Gizelle made that comment about Ray's age and death or whatever the case may be, or her being around longer than him, I felt like she was making a joke, but it was a bad joke. Now, when she said that shit this season in her kitchen in front of Robyn, bitch, you knew what you was doing, and it was not funny. And once again, you was putting 10 on 20, so fuck you. But not Wendy. Karen doesn't know anything about while they were filming. She didn't know that Gizelle made that comment in her kitchen, so she just going off based off the first comment. So based off the first comment, Karen ain't really got a leg to stand on. Have several. So Chris and Candiace have lunch at a restaurant, and they discuss her music video. He tells her he has some cooking classes that he got to do, so he's only going to be available for a few of the shooting scenes. So she asks, why is he having to work during this time? So he was like, that's when I was booked. You don't trust me to have everything in place for you? Candiace in her confession was like, once again, he's not there to support me. So then production flashes back to all of these different scenes and instances where he's not there to support her or whatever. So she has a valid point, but the man still got to work. I mean, what you expect? So Chris was like, you want me to just drop everything that I'm doing and do nothing but make sure you're okay, and then I can ask for an allowance? So like basically you want me to be riding your coattails. Like, I'm a man, I need to be able to stand on my own 2 feet and make money for myself. So Candiace was like, I need you to figure out what your attitude is. Ooh, I cannot stand that little girl. So Chris was like, I'm gonna go play golf this afternoon. And Candiace was like, you always go play fucking golf when I need you to do stuff for this video. And Chris was like, between managing you and your shit, between my job, I want to spend 5 minutes doing something I want to do so I can spend the rest of my time doing your shit. And she was like, I will cuss you the fuck out. Check your attitude. That's why you be in the predicaments you be in now, because you don't know how to fucking communicate as a fucking adult. Like, what do you need to curse him out for? The man that took care of what needed to be taken care of. You just want him to be there to hold your motherfucking baby ass hand? Grow the fuck up, little girl. So Chris, instead of checking the fuck out of her like he should have, gets up and leaves the table and says, find somebody else to do this shit for free then. And like I said, Chris is going to be her karmic retribution, because all this shit, when they get a divorce, because they're going to get a divorce. This shit ain't lasting. He going to use all this shit against her in court to get alimony and spousal support from her ass. The fact that he was taking care of her career, he wasn't even getting paid for it. All and the abuse that he took from her, the way she talks to him. Baby, he gonna use all of this against her, and I can't fucking wait for the day. Cause baby, he gonna be the one that's gonna ragtag that ass, and she gonna, woo! I cannot wait. Cause that little bitch is the devil. So, she at the table dabbing that eye like she always do, and ain't shit coming up out them motherfuckers. So the waitress comes by and gives her the check, and she like, why do I have to pay? Bitch, because you wanted to be his sugar mama. So she pays the bill and she goes outside and gets in the car, and we hear her on the mic say, why would you say that? I'm trying not to cuss you out right now. Like, who you talking to him like he your kid? He telling me something, it wouldn't be any different than any other time. Nigga, the fact that you sit up here allowing her to talk to you crazy is the problem. Like, cause ain't no man, no real man, I don't give a fuck whether you white, black, Puerto Rican, or Haitian, go sit up there and allow her little ass to talk to them crazy. You need to check her ass. Cause what her mama don't do, you need to do. So later that day, the ladies head to drinks for Robyn's birthday. Ashley show up in this Beetlejuice jumpsuit that was not flattering to her shape, but she just had a baby. She still got a tummy, and she was even saying that it's been harder to lose the weight this time, but she has lost the weight. She looks phenomenal now. So Tesla, Mia, Candiace, and her Jody Watley boots arrived. Gizelle had on this synthetic Beyonce wig, child. I don't know where the fuck she was going. She looked like she was about to go to a Vegas show. Candiace come to the table and she was like, "Is this the group? People are missing." And she says to Gizelle, "You are ready to move forward with Wendy. Like, so what happened?" Giselle was like, "I put it out there that we can have a private conversation. And I haven't heard from Boo Boo." So Candiace was like, "So you just done?" And she was like, "Yeah." So then Robyn arrives looking like a tarnished disco ball. Like her and Gizelle and these clothes, Jesus. Like now Robyn's starting to get on the country train. I mean, she never could really dress in the first place. But now I feel like she's trying to look even worse now because Gizelle out here getting the worst dress award every fucking episode. So Candiace ends up giving Robyn the drink that she ordered for herself as a birthday present. Bitch, I would have threw that damn chocolate martini in her face. You ain't gonna give me no shit that you order for yourself as my motherfucking birthday gift. The fuck is wrong with you? I hate it when people come to like birthday events and don't bring the birthday girl or boy a present. Like that is just so uncouth and just raggedy. So Robyn says things are still kind of unresolved between her and Wendy. And so then Gizelle says to Ashley, "I need to know, did you add hot sauce to it? Like basically, did you add 10 to 20 when you talked to her?" Ashley was like, "I said I don't want you to perceive this the wrong way. So are you and Eddie reinvigorating your sex life?" We didn't see her say it that way. So I really felt like she reiterated it wrong because that's not how she went to Wendy with it. I felt like she actually went to Wendy with it in the correct way, but like Wendy said, "You are the last person to talk to me about anything. Like, girl, have several." So Tesla was like, that question is basically assuming that the blogs are true. So everybody telling her that the way that she approach the conversation with Wendy is the reason why Wendy got so upset. So Candiace in her confessional tells him, "This filthy milkmaid, this is why I don't fool with her." When she called that girl a filthy milkmaid, y'all, I learned that shit was funny. So Ashley was like, "When I want to be messy, I'll admit to doing the churning, but I did not this time." So Candiace was like, "Oh, absolutely, that hoe did." And Ashley was like, "You call me a hoe?" Candy was like, "I believe you did." Ashley was like, "And that's appropriate?" And Candiace was like, "Yes, it was." Ashley was like, "You have no leg to stand on." Candiace was like, "You brought your wide body ass." And I was like, did she just call this girl wide body? Now, I'm here for all the Jones. I'm here for all the smoke. And when you going at somebody, it basically is a free fall. But that did not warrant her calling that girl wide body because at that point, from what we saw, Ashley hadn't said anything nasty to her. And I felt like Candiace was attacking her because A, she don't like her, and B, based off that this was later on in the day after she and Chris had gotten into it, she wanted just to lash out at somebody. And I just didn't feel like that was right because you know damn well that girl just had a baby and you body shaming her. And you know, if anybody that has had a baby know that after having a baby, it's like the worst time, like how you feel about yourself. You got this stomach, you still look pregnant, you just don't feel good, you can't sleep on your stomach still, your stomach feel like mush, and you just are all out of whack hormonal wise. Like that just wasn't cool for her to say that. Like that was really fucked up. And this is why Monique bopped her on her motherfucking forehead. You cannot just say whatever the fuck you want to people and think that everybody just gonna sit there and just be like, okay, or argue back with you. You will get popped in your fucking mouth. You just cannot talk reckless like that to people. And Candiace is one of them people that hits below the belt that make you want to choke her ass out until she fucking stop breathing. So Ash was like, "I'm wide now," and Gizelle was like, "She not wide." So Ashley was like, "Y'all want to talk about body shaming?" Candiace was like, "I'm not body shaming you. You walked into a room as you body shaming yourself." Ooh. And she was like, "With your big face ass and your big ass forehead." Baby, she been waiting to say that to her. The episode went off on some to be continued. But baby, I would have lit Candiace ass the fuck up. Because how you, of all people, gonna talk about somebody's shape when your nostrils are as wide as Route 66? Candiace can literally vacuum a whole football stadium with that fucking nose, girl. You can't talk about nobody looking like one of the Bernstein Bears. Bitch, bye. Like, let's not talk about bodies when she still ain't even developed one. Out here shaped like a pubescent teenage boy. Like, girl, your name should have been Calvin instead of Candiace. I know Chris half the time be feeling like icky fucking you because it's like he low key fucking a little boy. Like, girl, you can't talk about nobody's shape. Girl, I would have made that little bitch cry. I don't care how much makeup, how much weave you put in your head, you still look like a little boy. You still look like you in the 7th grade and you just started to get hair on your fucking dick. Girl, look, girl, bye. Girl, I would have made Candiace ass cry. Girls, you got me fucked up. I would have ate her little ass the fuck up. But Twitter is already eating her up tonight anyway for body shaming Ashley. She went too far with that one. She gonna regret that one. But yeah, that's my review on the Real Housewives of Potomac. I give tonight's episode an A. They have been bringing it this season. Can't say anything bad about it. Um, Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode down below in the comments section. Make sure to thumbs up this video. Please thumbs it up. Let's get a lot of thumbs up. And make sure you hit that notification bell button so you know when all of my videos drop. I love you guys so very much from the bottom of my heart. I wish you guys a wonderful week. I pray that you guys stay safe. I ask God to give you all discernment to order your steps and allow you to be the head and not the tail. Have faith in yourself. Believe in God. Trust in God. He got you. And try to reach a goal this week and make it happen for yourself. Life is short. Live life to the fullest, you guys. Please, please, please. I love you so much. Bye.